Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985, remember, at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. If you want to provide me with feedback, with questions, with topics, if you want to provide me with making sure that I answer your question, put it in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to do so. If you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, you can do so as well. On Facebook, search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. You can see my profile pic. On Instagram and on Irks, you can type in at Back on Basics. On Threads, you can actually type in either Back on Basics or at Back on Basics. So again, I'm trying to make it easy so that way we can connect on social media outlets, so that way I can answer questions. I mean, if you have a personal question, I wouldn't blame you. Just going to connect with me in one of the social media outlets. I'll be happy to follow you. I'll be happy to make you a friend and everything. And then you can actually send me a private message so that way you can ask questions. So let's talk about effective communication. So effective communication is very important because we need to be in the here and now when we're communicating, in the here and now. We need to be in the neutral zone, right? In the neutral zone. We need to have mind-body balance. So here's the thing, right? A lot of our communication has a lot of emotions and a lot of past experience in it. We have history with the people sometimes that we're communicating, and it's not, and it's not the best communication. It's not effective. So we need to make sure that we find the best and effective way to communicate. So here are some tips. Be open and honest. Be open and honest. I mean, sometimes we try to stretch the truth a little bit or make it nicer than it is. We need to just be open and honest. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, all of us deal with stress. All of us deal with adversity. All of us deal with issues. All of us deal with different things that sometimes we're not even prepared for. And so having open and honest conversation makes it easier for the giver and for the receiver to go back and forth. Because when you're going back and forth, you're actually course correcting. You're actually being more specific so that way they can know the communication and what type of communication and how is being communicated. So being open and honest will also give you that credibility. So that way they say that you're not just calling for nothing, right? Be open and honest. The second one, before you communicate, because remember, communication has a lot of emotions. That's the reason why I said in the present moment, right? Communication has a lot of emotions. So in the present moment, you have to balance your emotions. You have to get to that neutral zone. This neutral zone is amazing. Why? Because it's not connected to your past. You're not being held back by your past. And you're not going forward and building a future that doesn't even exist. It doesn't have anxiety, it doesn't have anger, it doesn't have happiness, it doesn't have a lot of things. It is neutral. So by not including emotions in your communication, and again being open and honest, the person who's receiving the communication will appreciate you, because all they want to do is help. And I bet you most people want to help you. Most people want to help you, and they want to help you because they know you. They know that you're empathetic. They know you that you're trying to focus, right? They know that sometimes we have good days and sometimes we have bad days. It's honest. And so being open and honest, but at the same time being in the here and now and being neutral will help a lot, because there's no hitting agendas. There's no strings attached to it. You see, right? What I'm doing is I'm actually telling you some of the things why people just don't really believe others when they're communicating, because they don't know which point are they coming from. That's why you need to be open and honest. Honestly, you need to be an open and honest communicator. So, I mean, doing that, being open and honest, right? Be in the present moment, be in the neutral zone, so that way, again, right? Emotions to the side. And it's hard because sometimes you're angry and you want to tell this person about something, or sometimes you're sad because this person didn't do something, or sometimes you just don't care because it's gotten to a point where it the relationship is not repairable anymore, and it's hard. I mean, it's really hard. I mean, we're all in the same journey, similar journey, with a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences as well. I mean, it's hard to comprehend open and honest when you communicate, but you have to. It's hard to comprehend having being in the here and now when communicating, but a lot of the times we're actually moving back because we're thinking about the past or what this person did or what these people did, either good or bad. I rather not do that and be neutral, so that way I can be open and honest. And my language, believe me, my language will be neutral and they will appreciate it. And the thing that we need to do as well, empathetic. We have to be empathetic. We have to show empathy. These people are willing to listen to us, so that way we can just communicate something that we feel is important to communicate to them or to the group. You have to make sure that you're empathetic, because if you're the receiver, you're gonna get something in return. If you're the giver, right? You need to realize that you can't just do this emotional dump on them, because it's hard. Because now that emotions are in, and it's a lot of emotions, it's hard to deal with it. It's hard to sift through and move the things to get to the point. That's what I mean about being open and honest. Effective communication is open and honest. Effective communication is also setting emotions aside. I've said it, right? It's very simple, but it's hard to do. Everything's very simple. To me, everything's very simple because like, but it's hard to do. Why? Because if we're the communicators, in our minds, we're thinking, what if this person gets mad? What if this person starts crying? What if this person just yells? What if this person just goes quiet? What if this person feels sad? There's no what ifs. You have to let them decide how to react to your communication, to your effective communication. Because if you don't, you're gonna actually in your face, they're gonna read that you're kind of cautious, and then they're gonna read too much into it, and they're gonna think, wait, is this person hiding something from me, or is this person trying to tell me something that I'm not gonna like? And now you have two people that are amped up, full of energy, because you think that one's gonna attack and the other one is gonna attack back. You see what I mean? So neutral, in the here and now, in the present moment, right? Make sure that you're open and honest. Make sure that you process your feelings and your emotions and set them aside. Because even though it's hard, but set them aside. Just be open and honest. Just use neutral words. Just use neutral communication words. So that way they get the message and you or them don't get antsy or don't get mad or don't get frustrated or don't want to do anything. And this is a simple topic, but at the same time, it's hard because we all have different ways of looking at it. Your definition of effective communication, for the most part, is the same, but there are some nuances. There's past experiences. There's perceptions. There's other things that, not being trustful, not being able to stay back from the past. So now you have a lot of things that can throw the communication into somewhere where it shouldn't be, where it should only be neutral. So, practice. You have to be open and honest. And I'm practicing the same way. I have to be open and honest. I hate hurting feelings. I hate hurting people. I hate being able to hurt somebody when I'm trying to just to communicate something that is neutral. But again, I may be showing nonverbal cues. I may be showing, right, with my emotions, with my hand gestures. I may be showing with my words that I choose because they're not neutral. So those are the things that effective communication can do. Believe me, right? Open and honest, effective communication, neutral words, right? Be empathetic, be in the here and now. Again, it's simple, but it's not for everybody. It's not simple all the time. I wish it would be. But if it wasn't, then we wouldn't be unique human beings on how to take it, how we take it. So, again, communicate. Set your emotions aside. Communicate your open and honest. Make sure that you're regulating, and make sure that you're processing. And ladies and gentlemen, the last one that I want to say is be an active listener. An active listener means that you're listening, and then after they're done, then you kind of say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is what you were telling me. And again, once everything's done, and even if it's not the way that you wanted to, or even if it's neutral, or even if it's great, you thank them. Because you know what? They gave you time so that way you can communicate something to them. And they were willing to listen. And they were willing to go all the way until resolution. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. Topics, comments, anything, questions, put them in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to give you my take on them. Social media outlets, if you want to connect with me, on Facebook, search Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram and X, type in at Back on Basics. On Threads, you can type in Back on Basics or at Back on Basics. So till next time, remember, Back on Basics.